You spent good money on a wheelbase with clean, detailed force feedback, and then you bolted a heavy wheel onto the front of it and quietly threw some of that detail away. Most people have no idea they're doing it. This is the most overlooked thing in sim racing, and once you understand it, you can't unfeel it. Let me explain what's actually happening. The thing that matters here isn't really weight, it's inertia. Rotational inertia, to be exact. And there's one rule you need. The more mass a rim has, and the further that mass sits from the center, the harder it is to start it turning and the harder it is to stop it. A big, heavy rim has a lot of it. A small, light rim has very little. Hold that idea, because everything follows from it. Now think about what your wheelbase is trying to do. Its whole job is to move, precisely and instantly, to tell you what the car is doing. A tiny kick as a tire skips over a curb. A quick lightning as the front starts to wash. Sharp, fast, detailed movements. That's the signal you paid for. But the motor isn't moving on its own. It's moving the rim. And if that rim is heavy, the motor has to fight the rim's own inertia before any of that detail reaches your hands. The sharp kick gets softened. The quick flick gets slowed. The rim, just by being heavy, acts like a filter smeared over your force feedback. You paid for a crisp signal and then muffled it with mass. And it works in the other direction too, when you're the one steering. A heavy rim resists you in quick direction changes, a chicane, a save, a snap of oversteer. The rim's inertia lags behind your hands. You turn, and the mass takes a beat to follow. On a light rim, the wheel goes where you put it instantly. That responsiveness is lap time, because racing fast is a constant stream of small, quick corrections, and every one of them is blunted by a heavy rim. So already you can see the problem with how most people shop for wheels. They pick the one that looks the most like a real race car. The big chunky GT rim, the one with the screen and all the metal, the one that feels expensive and hefty in your hands in the showroom. And heft feels premium, but heft is inertia. And inertia is exactly what's dulling the very feedback you spent hundreds getting. Now, here's where I have to be honest with you, because just buy the lightest wheel is too simple. And anyone who tells you that is skipping the real story. First, this matters most on lower powered bases. If you're on a 5 or 8 Newton meter base, it's already working hard. And a heavy rim eats a meaningful chunk of what little authority it has. On a big 16 or 21 Newton meter base, the motor has torque to spare, so it can throw a heavier rim around without much trouble. The penalty shrinks as base power grows, so the lighter the base, the more rim weight hurts you. Second, and this surprises people, a bit of inertia is sometimes deliberately useful. On a very powerful base, the raw force feedback can be spiky, almost violent, snapping at your hands over curbs. A slightly heavier rim smooths that out. Its inertia damps the nastiest spikes and makes a monster base feel planted instead of frantic. That's why you'll see some GT drivers on strong bases happily running heavier rims. They're using the mass as a natural filter. So it's not lightest wins, it's matched the rim to the job, and the job splits cleanly by discipline. For formula and quick, darty cars where you're constantly making fast direction changes, you want a small, light rim around 280 millimeters, minimal inertia, maximum response. For GT and touring cars, you can carry a larger, slightly heavier 300 millimeter rim because you want the leverage and the stability more than razor response. And for rally, drift, and trucks, big round rims are the point, and inertia barely enters the conversation. Okay, so what do you actually buy? Here are light, high-quality rims that get this right, by budget. At the value end, the Simagic GT Neo has quietly become the wheel a lot of people should just buy. It's light, it's rigid, and it brings features that used to cost 3 times as much. If you're on Simagic or bridging over, it's the obvious starting point. On Moza, the FSR2 is the standout for formula, and the CS Pro or the Vision GS for a do-everything wheel. Moza's best rims use forged carbon fiber and proper magnetic paddles, the same shopping list as wheels, costing 2 or 3 times more, at a fraction of the weight of their own screen wheels. And that's the trap on Moza worth naming. Their screen wheels, the big Lamborghini style ones, look incredible and weigh close to 2 kilograms loaded. On anything below an R12, that mass genuinely unbalances the feel. Gorgeous wheel, wrong rim for a light base. Stepping up, Cube Controls is where light and serious lives. The F-Core comes in around 900 grams of carbon fiber, built specifically to let a direct drive base move as fast as it can. That's the whole design brief: low inertia, maximum response, and it's a favorite in competitive formula for exactly that reason. Asher Racing sits in the same tier with the same philosophy. And if you want the surprise pick, look at Aixlith, a tiny outfit in Sicily, making CNC aluminum rims from around 550 grams, compatible with almost every base, for a fraction of what the big premium names charge. Featherweight, well made, and most people have never heard of them. So here's the whole thing in one line. Your rim is part of your force feedback system, not a decoration bolted on top. A heavy one muffles the signal and lags your hands. A light one, matched to your discipline and your base, lets the feedback you already paid for actually reach you. It might be the cheapest real performance upgrade in your whole setup, and almost nobody thinks about it. If this made you look at your wheel differently, subscribe, because this channel is all about the stuff that actually moves the needle in sim racing, not the stuff that just looks good on a shelf. Next video, we settle the pedals question properly. All 4 types, potentiometer to active, which ones actually buy you lap time, and which ones just drain your wallet.